to the stimulus that are both helpful and definitely spot on. The difference is timing and the estimation of timing. The SBA product, I think, is absolutely necessary, and if you can apply for it, I would apply for it. But the critical thing is people have expenses today, and they need capital as quickly as possible. So while to some businesses a $10,000 loan may not be significant on any given Sunday, but when the game is this tight, it's you need what you can get your hands on, and we're trying to provide some capital that people can get their hands on.
And you're looking at about 72 hours for a turnaround. When that loan is approved, how quickly can the funds be dispersed?
So right now is we disperse capital today for loans that were approved on Friday, and that's just because of the weekend. But if we get a new application in today that is complete and has everything that we need, it would be the underwriting would be finished by midday tomorrow. We would create the paperwork for the borrower tomorrow, and if the borrower got the paperwork back to us yesterday, we could submit it for or tomorrow we could submit it for disbursement. If they don't get it back to us Wednesday, we would submit it for disbursement on Wednesday, and they would have the funds on Thursday.
That's great. That's great. That's exactly what is needed right now. Wilson, I appreciate you taking on this. I know that means for some really long days and some complicated days and some crazy days, but just the way we thanked our friends at the hospital and in the medical profession, we thank you as well, because you're on the front lines of keeping those businesses alive through this process. So we've got to worry about people's physical health, and when we got to worry about business health, and you are on the front lines for business health. So Wilson, I can't thank you enough for that. We've got one last question here that says, can you distribute the funds via direct deposit or check? I'm assuming, maybe I shouldn't assume that direct deposit is a possibility, but is it check or direct deposit at this point?
Right. So everything about this process is electronic. The application submission is electronic. The closing is electronic, and the funds are dispersed through ACH.
Perfect. Touchless, I think, is what we're contactless is what is a new term that I think has sprung up through this. You can get your groceries delivered contactless. You can get your food delivered, your takeout delivered, or your contactless, and now you can get your money contactless too, right?
Right. So and that's how we normally do it. We normally disperse funds through ACH, but we want to make sure that we keep in guidance with what all the governing authorities are communicating to us, and we want to keep staff and the businesses we serve as healthy as possible. So we are moving to a contactless era.
Gotcha. Got a question here. One last one. Maybe we can. If the PPP covers an 8-week period from loan origination, can these funds be used for payroll before getting this loan or following the 8-week time period? I think that's exactly what these funds are meant for, right? Let's get you through that time period, get you to those PPP funds, and we go from there, right?
Right. Right now we're trying to get those folks that are in that long line for the PPP program suited with some capital that can help them in some way during this time. There's a $10,000 cap on it, but we want to make sure that people have continuity of operation support for at minimum 6 weeks.
Excellent. Well, Wilson, thank you again for your time. Thank you for your dedication to this cause. We really appreciate it. We'll have all of those links, folks, up on our website, as well as be sending them out to our members via email. Wilson, again, appreciate your time for that. Tomorrow, we'll be talking insurance. So in the midst of this, there are a number of questions that have popped up from our members and other businesses about insurance. And so we'll have Stan Park with Assured Partners Insurance joining us tomorrow to talk about all of the new and maybe some old questions that have popped up with insurance, from business interruption to health insurance to everything in between, everything that we are experiencing that perhaps some of us never thought we would, but so hopefully some of our insurance agents had been thinking ahead for this eventuality, and he'll be talking about the kinds of questions that you should be asking your insurance agent right now as we go through this. So we'll be back on tomorrow at 3:00 again with Stan Park of Assured Partners. Again, let me thank you, Wilson. Let me thank Preston for joining us from Cone Health. And until then, everybody stay home, stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll talk to everybody again tomorrow at 3:00. Thanks again for joining us.
Hey, Brent, real quick. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
People are falling off. I saw one last question. On the application, under bank statements, and I think one other area, we're asking folks to consolidate their bank statements into one PDF. So if they got a bank statement for March and February, put it all in one PDF when you attach it.
And you can go to that YouTube. You can go to that YouTube
you
video
can watch that on the YouTube video,
right?
so you understand.
You can learn anything on YouTube, right? Anything.
YouTube University.
Exactly right.
I appreciate you so much, Brent.
Let's hope that we got a lot of folks on this call getting ready to go to your website and make that happen. So everybody, until tomorrow, hang up and get cracking on those applications, and we'll talk to everybody again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thanks again, Wilson. We'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it.
Bye now.